Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
How is your week going?
It's busy. Very, very busy. It's great.
Yep.
Yes. The weather is getting warmer. My office is actually warming up. Woohoo! No more electric blanket. Yes.
What about electric heater?
Nope.
No.
No.
I know what to get you for Christmas.
No, thanks. It's too big of an electricity draw. I got to watch my, now that solar is changing or the PG&E is changing. No, thanks. Oh, boy.
All right. Well, you know, maybe you should make PG&E one of your clients, and then they'll pay you, and then you can pay them for your heating.
Well, if they're listening, let me know. You got my number, PG&E. All right, here we go.
Yes,
I have
they
a
do.
great
They have lots
topic.
of numbers.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Imagine this, Jamie. You're using Facebook. Okay. You are a business owner, and you're going through that feed, and then suddenly you come upon an ad, and it says, we can give you a website for $200, no hosting fee for life. And then you're like, wow. You go browsing through and you're like, wow, these websites are not bad. Hey, no hosting fee. That's awesome too. 24/7 customer support. Jeez Louise, this is the answers to all my problems. Well, Jamie, guess what?
You get what you pay for.
That's right. Think again. Don't do it. So we're going to go through why you shouldn't do that. Although these ads, you'll see them, or they'll come in your spam folder, of course. There are plenty of them just like this where they will promise you the world for 200 smackaroos. Your dreams have been answered. Unfortunately. Great. Yeah, that's not the case. So
I'd be willing to go to 400 to have all my dreams.
Even then, not the case. Yes. Okay. So I'll start off with the easy one. Hosting. Hosting is what you pay a company to host your website, and it's usually a monthly or yearly charge. It's different from your registrar, which pays for the name of your site, that URL. This is actually hosting your entire website so people can access it. Free means they have to make money off of you some other way. How do they do that? They put ads on that site. So do you control those ads? No. Okay. Can you ever turn off those ads? No. That's how they get you with the free hosting. So even though understand that people have to make money, and free means somebody still has to make money, right? Facebook, if you're not paying for it, you are the product. So same kind of deal goes for hosting. If you're not paying for it, then they have to make money off of you somehow. So usually it's ads, they're selling your data, a combination of both. Okay, so understand
shouldn't they just do it for free?
This is not the system upon which Western civilization is based, so no. Sorry. Okay. Next thing is, most likely this site, it's going to be built on WordPress. So WordPress is actually 3 different systems that work together to show a website. One is a theme that you choose. The next is actually some plugins. And the next is WordPress itself and the PHP that WordPress runs on. All of these are regularly updated. Guess what happens if you don't update them? Thank you. They break. Jeez,
they break. I don't know.
I wasn't looking for a joke.
Well, geez. I was like, well, I don't know.
Okay, they break.
You go to the website and somebody sticks a poker in your right eye.
That's right. Boink. Give you the Three Stooges one. No, actually, what happens is they stop communicating with each other, or they create a security flaw which can be exploited. The ultimate end of this is your site goes down. Maybe you notice it, maybe you don't. If you don't, Google does, and then the problems will only spiral out of control. So remember that when you have a site that is not an all-in-one builder that you are responsible for, that they give you based on WordPress, it has to be regularly looked at and maintained. Also, a lot of times when these websites are built, they're still using WordPress, but instead of using a theme, they'll just have their own custom coder come in, cookie cut everything, of course. So that way, even if you know WordPress, you can't make any changes yourself without that house of cards that they've created for you falling down. And if it's that house of cards is built on a version of WordPress that is older, or even if it's current, next year or next month, it won't be. And they're not there to update it, and no one is, and no one can, because sometimes if you update it, it'll break the site too.
Oh, how fun.
All of these things I've seen. And when they happen, you can see it coming. It's a slow moving train that you see that crash and you're like, hey, bam. Okay.
What about the 24/7 support?
Well, that's the other thing is they not necessarily going to happen. A lot of times, especially if this is an offer from a local company, they're going to offshore all that work. When they do that, then that's where you get the automatic email. It says, hey, we got your message. We'll be able to respond to that in 7 to 14 business days.
That's not 24/7.
No, and then, well, they responded. Or any of those changes that you wanted. Hey, we can totally take care of all those changes. You just get ready to wait 30 to 45 days for those changes to happen. So if you're like most local businesses that I know, that is a way too slow turnaround time, for your promotions or anything like that. So really, really bad turnaround times are common. The site breaking is common. The security is very, very suspect. So definitely, with all of that being said, it's not a matter of if that site's going to break. It's a matter of when. So you put down that $200 and you're like, all right, I don't have this on my plate anymore. Phew. Yeah, but in a month, you will. And it will be a nightmare, because a lot of times the next thing is these sites or these companies, you sign a contract, they own your content. So anything that you put up there is theirs. Anything they put up there is theirs. So if you want to move away, go ahead. Nothing is yours anymore.
Even the name of the website.
A lot of times you're signing away everything, Jamie. Yes. It's all in the contract. And so when you make them the admin/owner, they take it all, and then you end up having to pay to break away from them. Or they just say, this is your response time, 14 to 25 business days. And then they just don't respond. I mean, they got $200, Jamie. They're moving on.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Another thing is they never really mention SEO in these websites. And the reason is because they're creating that website for humans. They're not really creating that website for Google. What that means is, that website might look fine to humans, but to Google, all the back-end stuff is never done, or if it's done, it's never done correctly. So instead, it's very confusing to that robot that's scanning your site from Google, trying to figure out what you do, who you serve, and where you serve. Those are the big three things that robot wants to know. And if it has to guess, then you're out. So ranking-wise, getting actually people to come to your site, that's what and give you business, right? That's the whole thing about this website. It's supposed to be working 24/7 when you are not. So it's supposed to be bringing calls, bringing qualified customers to you. If it's not built for Google, then that's not going to happen, unfortunately. So that sucks when you see that. And we see it. I see it every day. Okay. One thing. Oh, I forgot to mention. On WordPress, a lot of times you choose a theme for the site. And that theme is a paid theme. That means if you don't pay for it, you can't update it. And guess what happens when you don't pay for it for 2 or 3 years?
It goes away.
Update it. You can't update it. So it has versioned up to a point where it's unupdatable. Then what do? Yeah, you have to start all over because the site that you have is broken, and it's using that theme. You can't update it anymore because that company never paid for a license for you. Oh. They expected you to pay that. So if your site is on WordPress and you are not paying a license for it, that license is a yearly fee. It could be whatever, $40. It could be $60. Whatever that fee is that web designer paid for you at first, or maybe they didn't, they just put a free version. It means that if you're not paying, it's not getting updated. So that's a big thing. Yeah, it's kind of scary. So make sure that that's done too. And that when you go with a $200 website, they're not going to spend $50 for you. They're just not. It doesn't make sense for them to do that. Let me see. Last one, the biggest one. If you already have a website, they are not going to redesign your current site. They are going to create a brand new site for you that doesn't include the 10, 15, 150 pages of content that might already be on your website. So that means when all those pages go away with that new website, Google sends people to those old pages. People can't find those pages. If it comes back as a broken page, which hurts the ranking of your site tremendously, because now Google can't trust that your pages that you've created in the past are going to be there now. That's a big deal. And that website design company that you spent $200 on, they don't care. They've already moved on.
Yep. And now you've hurt Google's feelings.
Well, you've hurt your authority, the authority of your business, that trust, right? It's Google is trusting that those pages are going to be there, sending people. When it's not there, then that trust suffers. That means your authority suffers, and that means your ranking suffers, which that's your business, right? So all of these things are super important, and big reasons why you want to stay away from these $200 a month or $200 a pop websites. You're going to end up regretting it. I guarantee it.
Okay.
All right.
$200. Yep. So I had a question if
Go.
we have time. So $200, not too much, but so I imagine there's ongoing fees or ongoing upcharges or anything else, because $200 is definitely just the starting point for most businesses.
You would think people would kind of recognize that $200 is not enough, but they don't. Everyone, there's a lot of people who we had a client come to us the other day and say, "Hey, I saw this. Should I be going with this?" And we're like, "No, here's all of the reasons why you shouldn't even consider it." And it's amazing, but this is how unscrupulous companies, I think, can make money. And I don't know how they survive on this money. But,
I imagine the data part too.
Yeah, they must upsell, but I have a feeling they get most of their money through the ad revenue for the ads that's on your sites. And it could be a gambling ad. It could be, once you sign that contract, you don't know what kind of ads they're going to be putting on your site, and you have no control. So don't do it.
Yep. Well, they're not putting a Bitcoin miner on your site that you know of.
Probably not, because they're hosting it. They're paying for all the fees. So most likely it's ads. It's usually ad related, and then they upsell you along the way. They keep up. It's a constant upsell. So you're never going to get out of there with $200, and if you do, you're not going to be happy anyway. Unfortunately, It's just
1 star.
Yes, 1 star. That's it, Jamie. That's all I got.
All right. Very good, Adam. Thank you to you and to our listeners for dedicating this 13 minutes to us of your day. If you do know a business owner that definitely, if you know someone who's starting their own business, I run into tons of people that are starting a new business, and I always tell them, first thing, definitely go back, listen to as many of the Local SEO in 10 podcasts as you can, because it will, the 10 minutes that's invested in each episode will save you hours upon hours down the road. And you'll be driving business to your website the right way, right from the start, and not going with the $200 website that now has stolen your identity. So we don't want that either. If you do have a question, please visit our LinkedIn and Facebook pages, Local SEO in 10. Make sure to like and share those pages out with any business owners that you have or that you know. If you're in a chamber of commerce, we would really appreciate, turning on the other members or in a networking group. And then make sure to, if you have any kind of question regarding SEO, go to our website, magnifiedmedia.net, click on the podcast button, and then you can put in the search term pretty much for anything you can think of in regards to search engine optimization. And chances are there's at least one podcast that's talking about that topic. So with that, we will talk to you next week. And thanks, Adam. We'll talk to you again.
Thanks, Jamie.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.